Good morning, JW. Good morning, Sandy. Sandy, you'll be calling me at 9:30 my time. I think that's 8:30 your time, yeah? Derek and HP, good morning. Can you believe we actually are live this morning? Good morning, Nerdster. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. There's Sparky. JW, there was not. We had a problem going live on YouTube yesterday morning. And the only people I could tell were the people on the at IG. But thank you for checking back in this morning. Yeah, we experienced a major technical difficulty yesterday. Good morning, Veggie. Good morning. Vegas never sleeps. Good morning, Justin and Nerdy and Derek and Sandy. Good morning. Yeah, it was a real shame yesterday morning. Pain level through the roof this morning. Sparky, I'm sorry to hear that. Sincerely. Good morning, Dawn. Dawn Z. Good morning. Maybe that's Mark, maybe it's Dawn, maybe it's both of them. Good morning, everybody. We're going to have Sandman going live at 9:30 today, and we're going to open it up. It's Mark and Dawn. Okay, I love that couple. Yeah, I mean that sincerely. Mark, when you were traveling a couple of weeks ago, a week and a half ago or so, we asked a question saying something positive about yourself, and instead Dawn raved about you. It was cute. It was not just cute, it was actually kind of romantic. Good morning, Hagee. I love myself some Hags. Sue Little. Good morning. Yeah, it was a very, very nice thing she was saying about your accomplishments, and she actually seemed proud of you, bro. Good morning. Yes, it's true. Good morning, Laura. You are divine. No question about it. Thank you for being here, everybody. We'll turn this thing around real quick. Yep, Derek, Sandy's gonna be doing his thing this morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, yesterday was, I go to turn on my TV at about 8 o'clock and I have no cable. And I'm like, I wonder what's wrong with my cable, but I don't have time to look into it. I was doing some reading and getting ready for the show yesterday, and I didn't even think that it could be modem related. And then we go at 9 on the dot, and I can't go live. I can't connect on the internet in any way, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I'm doing all the things you guys said. Plug and unplug, lick the plug, unplug the HDMI, reset, hard reset. Went on for about 10 or 15 minutes. And that's right, Don. I mean, Mark. And then I'm like, this is, can I admit, frustrating? Can I admit that I got frustrated? I didn't lose control in any way like an old Pops might have, but it was frustrating because I am technically challenged. Yeah, I'm a farmer. I'm not a IT guy. So I was a little bit frustrated and I couldn't really figure it out. And so the good news is, I'll tell you what the good news, Verizon was on it. Verizon, like I call them up and you're on hold for a while, But I finally was able to get through to somebody, and I thought that they were going to give me a hard time. But they didn't. They didn't. Good morning, Milk. Good morning, Jolie. I thought they were going to give me a hard time, but they didn't. They were, oh, okay, well, we'll send a technician out there. But they wouldn't give me a window of time for an arrival. So they might as well just said, okay, well, you're a hostage at your house until we arrive. So I was a hostage. But I put the time to good use. And then when the technician gets here, he said, you know what? He goes, I gotta be honest with you, I've been replacing modems for the last 2 weeks in this area. Because I think I had actually got the modem handed to me in a box from a store about 7 miles from here. And he said, we believe that there's actually a not so good batch of modems out there. So it was almost like they knew. And that the first thing that they were going to do was like get me a modem, and they were extremely good about it. And the technician was, yeah, not a problem. Here's your new modem. And they hooked us all up. So that was a really good thing. In the meantime, they didn't get here till about 1 o'clock in my time in the afternoon. And in the meantime, it gave me a chance, a modicum of medium modems. Yeah. Yep, it was totally the modem. At least that's what the technician says. So I got a new modem. According to Herbie, it's a good one. And I can't tell the difference in speed, to be honest with you. But I've had no problem, since then. So, but it gave me a chance. Now, while I was waiting, while I was hostage, I was able to work in my garage. Since I moved, I just put a bunch of stuff in the garage, and it wasn't well organized. And it gave me a chance to work in the garage yesterday while I waited for Dude to get here. Okay. Hurry, the signal is more clear. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I'm glad. And I'm grateful, sincerely grateful for everybody that was trying to give me a fix on the IG chat page that we have, the group chat. A lot of you are coming up with, do this and do that, and I did them all. So we had an automatic Tuesday off when we weren't supposed to. The feed looks great this morning. So I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that it seems like maybe, maybe it was supposed to happen. Yeah, that's right, Herbie. Remember that when you were a kid? We did that. Cans and a string. And it actually worked. It would actually work. I would be outside the house with a can and the string through the window, and my brother would be in the bedroom on the inside, and we'd close the window so we weren't thinking we could hear each other through the window, and we'd get about 15 feet of string, and I'd be outside, chipmunk to gray squirrel, chipmunk to gray squirrel, come in, gray squirrel. And then he would be, chipmunk, I can hear you. We always were chipmunk to gray squirrel. I was chipmunk and my brother was gray squirrel. I'm gray squirrel now. I've turned into a gray squirrel. Well, quick report. Let me give you guys a quick report. Monday we were doing food hacks. We're going to do more hacks this week, but we won't have time today because Sandy's going to be joining us live at 9:30 this morning. But remember the hack about putting a teaspoon of baking soda in with your hard boiling eggs, and then it should be easier to peel? I am here to tell you it worked. Nick, that's no problem. You'll get around to it. Thank you for the update, though. But it worked. I hate hard-boiled egg when you go to open them and half of the egg gets stuck to the shell. Okay? And so yesterday I was like, well, since the modem isn't working, let me try a food hack. And I was like, yes! I had like 3 hard-boiled eggs yesterday that were, every one of them opened up perfectly. So that particular hack was not a hack. It was not a quack. It was a hack. Good one, Pops. I want to read something to you guys real quick. Oregon, gosh darn them. Oregon's trying so hard to figure out their laws and how to handle the psilocybin administration of psilocybin. And every time I turn around, there's another struggle with Oregon. At least they're working at it. That I can give them credit. But guys, where all the other states are looking at you in Colorado to see how, what the model looks like. In Colorado, you guys have it a lot more together. Okay? You guys have it a lot more together. Oregon, cue the Law and Order theme song. A federal suit challenging Oregon's exclusion, wait for it, Oregon excludes homebound and disabled patients from psilocybin services currently. What? Wouldn't they be at the top of the list? What? Yeah, their current policy is you're excluded if you're homebound or disabled. Because legally there, in order to experience journeys, you have to go to one of their licensed centers and have a facilitator and go through the whole business. Well, what about if a facilitator visits the house? Can you guys work on that, maybe? Quick note, in a business situation I was reading recently, they forecast that by the year 2030, based off of the direction psychedelics are going, there's going to be a need for at least 100,000 certified facilitators across the United States as things move towards legalization along with facilitation. 100,000. For some of you out there, it's an amazing opportunity for a career. For those of you that are service-minded and want to help in the healing, find a program, get yourself certified. It's going to be, it is booming, it will be a booming career field, Pop predict. Back to Oregon quickly. Back to Oregon. So, last week, a group of Oregon facilitators filed a brief. I could picture you in that field. I could picture you in that field. I can picture about half of my friends here in that field, if not all of us. So be looking into that, okay? Last week, a group of Oregon facilitators filed a brief opposing the state's second attempt to get the case tossed, meaning the plaintiffs are still convinced that the Oregon Health Authority is discriminating against people with disabilities. The state's argument is procedural at best. They say the facilitators don't have a right to file the lawsuit. It should be the clients themselves. Oh, okay, Oregon. Now you're making even more sense. I'm disabled or I'm homebound, but I'm supposed to find a like-minded group of people, and we're supposed to file the brief to challenge your law. The thing is, the OHA, Oregon Health Authority, already tried this move last year with a motion to dismiss on similar grounds, and it didn't work. Now they're repackaging the same argument. Meanwhile, the very Oregonians the Psilocybin Service Act was explicitly designed to serve are still locked out of access. If the court agrees with the plaintiffs, Oregon will have to grapple with the real question. A, whether their current rules are unlawfully exclude disabled clients, and B, that's good, Dylan, and B, to address legitimate safety concerns that outweigh access. Whatever happens, we're keeping track of it here. I'm following this thing. Craziness out there. Another very quick article I want to read you before we get Sandman live on here. This is brilliant. Why didn't we think of this before? Why didn't we think of this one before? You ready for this one? Wait. What do you think you see here? Right here. What do you think that is? You're welcome, Mike. What do you guys think that is? It's a dose room, no. An underground bunker, no. A man cave, no. A clubhouse, no. A shipping container, no. A tiny house, no. It is a little cabin. This is gonna get you guys. Guess what that is? I'll show the picture to you again. Wait for it. It's pretty brilliant. It's pretty brilliant, I'm telling you. Anthony Hunt. Anthony Hunt. It's an outhouse. It's an outhouse. Okay, big deal, Pops. Why are you showing us a picture of an outhouse? Okay? It's a poop room. Check it out. Oh, Sarah Bear, you called it too? Scientists have used the root system of mushrooms to create a composting toilet that is odor absorbing while creating over 2,000 liters of fertilizer and soil a year. It's a mushroom powered outhouse. Okay? And it doesn't smell. This is brilliant, I tell ya. Separating solid soils from liquids and processing each in different ways using fungal mycelia. The toilet can currently be found in the Botanic Gardens at the University of British Columbia. I want one. I want one in my yard. Okay? It's called the Myco toilet. It's a Myco toilet. It was developed by Steve Hallam, a professor of microbiology at the University of British Columbia, and Joseph Dahman, the project's lead and an associate professor at the University School of Architecture. So it took a professor of architecture to design this thing, along with a professor of microbiology. They teamed up, okay? Together they hope to rethink a product and system that many take for granted, starting with their students, most of whom were unable to answer the question, what happens to human waste after the toilet is flushed? We wanted to turn a daily routine into something everyone knows, into a pleasant experience that reminds us of our connection to ecological cycles. The waterless toilet separates liquid from solid human waste, with the solids ending up on a mycelial-lined compartment where laboratory tests say 90% of the odor-causing compounds are eliminated. Love it. We need one of those at my at the boat ramp. Every time I go in the bathroom at the boat ramp, I'm like, oh God. You gotta creep in there and creep out. The feces are then converted slowly but surely into soil, 600 liters of which can be generated in a year of use, with the liquid waste creating some 2,000 liters of liquid fertilizer. I don't know how they get these numbers, because how many uses does it take to come up with these numbers? What, are people doing it all day long? Or is this 2 or 3, uses a day? I don't know how many uses it takes to come up with those numbers, but those are the numbers. Not all water waste treatment plants in the US or the world can produce fertilizer from the waste they collect. In many instances, it's merely sanitized within regulatory limits and dumped into the sea or rivers in the form of one of the least pleasant words in the English language, effluent. E-F-F-L-U-E-N-T. That's that stuff. That stuff. Give me 5 people that love that. Give me 5 people that, what? That's cool. That's really cool. Waste is a function of our values. And if we can rethink what we value in this context, there's a lot of useful materials in these effluents, the professors say. And we can recover that. Then we're adding value back. Thanks, Mike Barball. Then we can recover that. Then we're adding value back and creating a more circular model for the economy and our lives. They are doing some brilliant work with mycelium and mushrooms. You guys have seen the mycelium shoes. You've seen the myco coffins. There's one guy that made a kayak out of mushrooms. Over in Europe, they're creating panels out of mycelium and building structures out of them. There's all kinds of the fungi and the mycelium from the fungi. We're not talking psychedelics. We're just talking about fungal mycelia. Boy, are they getting creative. Packaging for shipping. That's right, Sue. Yep, I've heard that one too. But I'm here for it. I'm completely here for it. What do you guys? I know you guys gotta be. So great stuff. While we're at it, another one real quick. You guys know Pops is always in the business and the financial end. I'm always looking at the financial end of psychedelics. There is there's a article. It's called Recipe for Growth. The psychedelic active pharmaceutical ingredient market. It's called the psychedelic active pharmaceutical ingredient market. That's a catchphrase for all of these companies that are investing in the research and the distribution eventually of psychedelics for therapeutic uses and modalities. It's called, it's shortened called API, the API market, okay? The API market is predicted to reach, wait for it, $16.93 billion. Billion dollars by 2034. The researchers and the analysts in the financial field, $16.93 billion. Woo! Delix Therapeutics has unveiled a new neuroplastogen that promotes dendritic spine growth and functional plasticity that equals the same thing as psychedelics or ketamine. Wow. DMT drug developer Algernon Pharmaceuticals has rebranded itself to Algernon Health. I get it. You didn't want to say pharmaceuticals because it sounds like too big pharma-ish. Algernon Health reflects its expansion into Alzheimer's diagnostics. We're starting to see that it slows down and retards Alzheimer's, the use of psychedelics, more specifically microdose. DMT drug developer, Inveric Biosciences has secured a new patent on mescaline derivatives. Mescaline derivatives. If you're hearing that there's being new patents being approved by the United States Patent Office, that's something exciting. It's harder now to get a patent approved than ever before in history. But can you imagine that? They've secured the patent. The watchdog organization Symposia released a 200-page report claiming the evil ones, Silicon Valley elites. You know what that means? Venture capitalists, VCs. They've got billions of dollars, and according to this 200-page report by a watchdog organization, the VCs, a lot of the big Silicon Valley elites, are trying to capture the psychedelic therapy industry. No, first thing you think of is, boy, they don't invest their money in something that they don't know works. But gosh darn it, can you just keep your money, grubby money, dirty hands off of something? Please, please, get your hands out of that one. Go Uber somewhere. So, I haven't read the report. I'm going to read the report in the next couple of days. Yeah. Creepy McCreeperton. Well, we're ready for Sandy. Let me get lined up here. We're ready, Sandy, for you to give me a call on my IG page. Okay, go kick rocks and fly a kite. Not Sandy, but the the Silicon Valley elites. I have a I have a niece whose husband works for Google. Guy makes like $400,000 a year to be an engineer at Google. And they were showing me pictures of the property in their area. Here's Sandy. I'll cover that one later. Good morning, Sandman. Okay, we're going to move you over here. Oh, Sandy, you're looking good.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
What's it say on your hat? Only dads?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a takeoff on the how did you get Sandman to be put on the hat?
They customized.
Really?
Oh yeah, they got jerseys, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff.
So this is better. I mean, what is it called? What's the site where the girls do their thing? What's that called?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. That's right, OnlyFans. So that's a takeoff on OnlyFans, right? Okay. We already have a first comment on loving your Tennessee accent.
Yeah.
Talk to us, Andy. How are things going?
It's going. I basically had to just do a whole reset. Once my grandmother came on hospice, I slacked off. A lot of my stuff just went past due on me, and so now I'm starting back from scratch. But I'm kicking out all the crosses and hybrids and stuff like that. I'm just going back to the landrace genetics, just the base.
So when you say you're getting back on track, are we going to be looking forward to liquid culture availability again soon?
Yeah, I should. Hopefully within the month, I should have at least 3 or 4 strains available right now.
Okay.
I'm working them up a little bit as I go. As you know, it usually takes me at least 2 to 3 months from spores to fruit when I start out on a new strain. So it's a process. That's if everything goes right.
I'm seeing your little flow hood behind you right there.
Yeah, it's about time to upgrade that or something there. Cause it don't give you much room. Maybe 3 jars width to work with.
There's no question of all the people that I've worked with, and I've worked with you there for a strong 3 years with our website. I don't know anybody that's delivered cleaner LC on a consistent basis than you. And I mean that. It's true.
I take pride in it. I mean, it's something that I've really truly come to enjoy. You know, it's turned into a passion.
Well, I miss it because I still get in. As a matter of fact, I had a guy reach out to me yesterday and said, "Hey, Pops, do you still do LC?" And I'm like, "No, and I really don't. We have a different technology on we're actually using more of a slurry now in our LC. I'm 5-gallon slurry at a time, and it doesn't convert well to a syringe and to be shippable, but I at least once a week, and of course the traffic has fallen off because we haven't had it for a while. But I'll tell you, there's a market for you. So get yourself back up and running. We could use you.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Like I said, hopefully by the middle of November, I should have the site back up and running and everything. So that's the plan right now. And we still have plans and some funds set aside for Mush Fest in April. So we're going to try to work towards that again back in the Smokies and get that back on the ball.
Well, do you think if I'm planning it's either going to be the end of March or the beginning of April, we'll make a final decision right at the very beginning of January and release a date But do you, if I do it a Mush Fest here, do you think you'd be able to come up?
I don't see why not.
Okay. It would sure be good to see you here.
Yeah. It's been too long.
Yeah, it has been too long. Yeah. I saw that was a neat, both of your children have graduated high school now, right?
Emma's in her senior year now. She turns 18 Sunday.
Oh, so those pictures you sent me were like a prom or something?
Those last ones, those were her cap and gown and senior pictures she took at the beginning of the year.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and son graduated last year. He'll be 19 Tuesday.
What's he doing now?
He's been working at McDonald's for almost 2 years now. He got to graduate a semester early from his senior year because he'd already had the credits and stuff.
Right.
They've both gotten the college I think they got their first 2 years tuition free and all that. So they're looking into what they're going to go do going forward.
That's great. That's great. What else is going on? Talk to us.
They turned into some real good young adults. I couldn't be more proud.
Okay. Talk to us. What else is going on? So Hazy says you're looking great. Summer says she loves your cultures. Mark Zamaron loves your cultures. Nick, Charles, what's up? Long time no see. Oh, by the way, there's somebody very young on here that's saying there's her baby. So we know who that is. Derek Anderson, congratulating you for your kids. Mike Barabal, Sandy's just living life. Bubblegum Kello, he wants to know if you lost your beard in a brisket fire.
I cooked a brisket.
When was your last brisket?
Probably the last one you ate, to be honest.
Really?
It's been a while. It's been probably 2 years or better since I made one.
No, man, you got to get back. You got to make a brisket.
I may not even remember how.
For those of you guys that are watching, this man right here made the most melt in my mouth brisket I've ever had in my whole life. Just absolutely phenomenal.
We've gone through some pounds.
Yeah.
We fixed, what was it, 3, that first Mush Fest we had up down here. They was going around the clock the whole time.
Yeah, Kimberly, that brisket was so good. Herbie says, get back on the bike. It's easy. Everybody's getting hungry now. Thanks a lot. Anybody have a question for Sandy? I'll read it to him. Questions. It's just good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, and I know you've been busy with life and just doing the things that you boys in Tennessee do. Did you ever get around to distilling any liquor?
We ran one run off of it, and it came out not too bad. Unfortunately, the guy that done the mash for us, somebody decided to dip into it and like water. They took about a quarter of the mash and added water to it so it wouldn't be noticed.
So you actually had a mash thief?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so it didn't come out proof, nowhere near what we wanted. I just ended up keeping it as clean and alcohol.
Somewhere in your family background is stills and running liquor. Is that true?
Yeah, Cooper Melton. He ran moonshine over in Short Mountain for Al Capone. They've actually got a distillery now there at that spot, but it's not owned by the family. Somebody came in and bought the rights and recipes and all that out.
Yeah.
But
is one of the reasons it's so good there is because of the quality of the water?
Yeah, that's the main, and just like everything else, the pride, and at one time that was a man's livelihood. You could only sell so much corn, and you could only store it for so long. So
we have a question here. Justin LaFlower is asking, how old were you when you started growing shrooms?
I had never even seen or had a mushroom and a magic mushroom in person until I won an eighth from you.
Okay.
Saying I'm 41 now, 37, 38 years old.
No kidding. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was the genesis of that. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I was growing gourmets when I first started, and be honest, I mean, the market wasn't here. You know, couldn't give them away, and the amount of effort, you know, there was more purpose behind these, and you know, everybody was like, you know, going to trip, you know, but.
Has that changed? Is there more local usage than before?
As far as the gourmets go, I don't know, because it's so hard to get in the farmers markets and stuff around here.
Mm.
Usually got a year and a half wait list, and it's a lot of work to put into a unknown market right now. I'm here close to Mossy Creek Mushrooms.
Okay.
You know, like maybe an hour and a half east of me, so they got a locked down as far as the gourmets go.
And they're selling to like the local markets and restaurants and stuff.
Yeah. As far as like your bigger city, I'm conveniently and not conveniently stuck like right between Nashville and Knoxville. So I'm like right in the middle of nothing, but I'm conveniently an hour and a half away from everything.
Right. I remember that specifically.
Yeah, there's not that many kind of upscale restaurants in my area that would really be interested, you know, and to keep it financially doable.
Kimberly asked, when are you coming to Texas?
I don't know. I have to figure it out. I mean, I've got nothing on my list anytime soon.
Okay. Another question. Reach out to Kimberly and figure out something. I would love to see you guys get together.
Yeah. I miss MVP.
Yeah, me too. He's pretty consistently on my mind. Yeah. There's another question here. Let's see. From Carnivorous. This is Dan. I don't know that you've ever met Dan. He's joined up the T group maybe a little less than a year, I'd say. I don't want to give him a bad time. It might have been longer. Really, really nice guy. Has an accent like you, but I think he's more Georgian than Tennessee. But he asks, do you have any new and exciting ideas in the mycology area?
Not really. I've been so focused on getting everything started back up. I'm sticking to knowing what works. You know, if I like to mess around, try new stuff once you get good and established, but it's a lot of work and time to risk on a unknown factor. You know, I like to stick to the tried and true methods.
Mark Zamarin is interested. It sounds like he's a bit of a brisket buff, and maybe has made his own. He's asking, what kind of dry rub do you use on your brisket?
Oh, that's usually just whatever I got around in the kitchen. I just mix up. I mean, usually just heavy on pepper, salt. You know, keep it as easy, as simple as possible. Don't want to overdo the flavor of the meat.
We have Joe D's asking, how did you get 20 years younger?
I cut off 20 inches of beard.
Is that it? Justin again wants to know, have you ever grown morels?
No. I've gotten to the point where I hardly even go out to look for them anymore. They just, for one, I mean, they're damn near impossible to grow, you know, consistent. There's a group, I believe, in Copenhagen that has, you know, you can do the Chinese, the burn morels. I reckon are pretty simple. You know, you should just try consistent culture race. But there's a lot to do with microorganisms in the soil and things like that cause them to fruit. It's just not playing with conditions like it would be with cubensis.
So, Laura, your Laura, is taking credit for you looking younger.
Probably right.
She's joking. She puts an LOL after it, but yeah, I could see. Let's see. Anthony Hunt said, with your albino Trinity, he grew 300-gram wet fruit.
That was probably I think the biggest one I had out of that culture was 125, but that one there threw out, as far as for other people, threw out some of the largest fruit out of everything I've put out, and they were massive.
Kimberly wants to know, how many spores did you get out of your beard when you cut it?
I don't know. I mean, it was like a little small dog when I got done. Once it was insane. I probably lost 10 pounds.
You have lost 10 pounds?
No, I'm saying just with the hair I cut off my head and my beard.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you look fresh.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. There's days it's been a lot working with my grandma and then this right here, but it's just been giving me more drive to get it back up and going.
How is your grandma doing?
She's doing as expected. Just it's been a slow process, but every day is one more. You know.
You guys, somebody is asking for. Hold on a second. Somebody's asking for a. Let me see if I have one here real quick. Actually, it's on the phone that we're broadcasting on. Somebody wants to see a before picture of you when you were looking a little more long bearded. Yeah.
I've got I won my Instagram appeal, so I'll post a picture up later.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I still got some.
What happened with your Insta? I mean, I know what happened. They pulled your page there, but I've rarely seen somebody. You put in an appeal and they gave it back to you.
Yeah, that's let's see, since June. That's the second time I've had it suspended.
Okay.
I've not made a post on there since June.
So there was you couldn't really recognize a reason that they had even taken it down in the first place.
No, the last 6 to 8 posts I've made were just like inspirational posts. It didn't even have anything to do with like physically showing any illegal substances or anything like that.
So when you did the appeal, is there people that know me know that I've lost 18 IG pages over my IG career in 5 years. 18 times they've taken me down and I've had to restart. Knock on wood, this last one has lasted almost going 9-10 months, something like that. But what was I going to say? When I would do an appeal, I never once had my page restored to me.
They've restored it to me the last 2 times. Like I said, the last 6 or 8 posts I've made, there wasn't nothing wrong with. But yeah, I mean, there's no real process to it. I mean, you hit the appeal button, they give you a code through your email to type in, and then they just tell you, within a day they'll let you know. And the last 2 times, I guess I was just lucky enough that
whoever reviewed it said, yeah, they should never have taken it down in the first place.
Right. Now my Facebook page I had, as far as my Mountain Most Lab page, I lost it probably about the same time, and
Yeah, the appeal process always bugged me because, like you said, all they do is give you a code, you put it in, and you hope whoever goes through and reviews it changes their mind somehow.
There's no
But
saving face to it. It's just, a second look, basically.
I sure would like it if they gave you a page that you could fill out and say, this is who you are and why you are appealing.
Right, yeah, the reason behind it.
Yeah, but I've never been given that liberty, which is frustrating to be honest.
They don't want to give you that much. They just want to give you enough to say that they gave you a second chance.
Yeah, I wonder if IG is and people commenting here could answer too. Has IG gotten a little more liberal on its censorship of mushrooms and psychedelics? You and I wouldn't know because I haven't. I barely. I do. I post just pictures of raw mushrooms, but I don't even intimate. I don't even pretend that it's a marketplace for me or anything. But what is the experience? I'm asking the audience here. What's our overall experience? Are they still as big a Nazis as they were, or have they lightened up? What do you guys think out there? Herbie says it's a double-edged sword. They're not meant as a free speech platform. Kelly says, I don't care. I quit. I quit it. Yeah, no, Joe D's, I agree. They should absolutely tell us why they banned us to begin with, but they don't. Yeah. Kim, I'm with you. Kim says, I don't know, but I've been very careful lately. Same here. Same here. There's a part of me that wants to go on TikTok, but I don't know. I don't want to play into social media as much as I did when I was first starting out. Mark Zamarin is asking you, what's your opinion on agar making? Is clear the best, or is it just hype? He wants to make his own, and he doesn't care about clarity.
As far as when it comes to just your color, I'll color code what I'm using it for. Like I'll use blue for a water agar, and then whatever other color I got laying around for my nutrients. But other than that, no, I don't really mess around with colors much.
Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't either. But be honest with you, I poured agar 2 times in my whole career, and I hated it so much. I just didn't like it. So I'm like, I would find people and get blank plates. I'm just like, I'm not, yeah, I just didn't enjoy the process. Wasn't that good at it. And that's the kind of thing you got to do. Like anything, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And
there's a no pour cake where you can, the little squat mason jars, that usually like jams, jellies in about that tall. You can always run those, for your agar before you pressure cook them. That way, you don't have to do the nerve-wracking part of pouring sterile, the sterile agar into your cups or dishes or whatever. That way it's sterile inside the container already.
Are you talking about the little, like sauce cups?
Yeah, I don't think I have any in here right now. But yeah, I think they're like half pint jars, a little small.
Oh, okay. You're actually talking a jar itself.
Yeah, glass jar. Yeah, I don't have any in here right now.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
But yeah, they're great for no pour cake. That way, you don't have to worry about the agar contaminating it during your pour.
Just for the people that are commenting, the reason that I was looking at or would even look at TikTok is because it's more of a marketplace, I think. And, if I could be on there and they wouldn't censor me, it might be a nice place to market things. But I haven't put any effort into it. And I'm pretty much the only IG I do anymore is 1 or 2, 3, 5 posts a week, really basic stuff. And then I pay attention to our IG, IG chat group. I kind of like that. A lot of really neat people on there with some great ideas, great comments, people motivating each other, specifically me. A lot of good wishes to me from everybody. So, to anyone listening, I got to tell you how much I appreciate that. Okay, anything else? Any other questions for Sandy? Anything else you'd like to say, Sandy?
I appreciate the hell out of you and this community. Y'all really meant a lot to me and have made me a better person in the end. And I won't ever forget that or be able to repay it.
Are we going to be seeing more of you?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Next couple of weeks, I'll be ramping it up. I've been playing around on Rumble a little bit. I've got a channel over there. I'm thinking about maybe pouring a little bit back into it, seeing what happens. But yeah, definitely going to be seeing me more.
Well, we sure hope so, because you know me, even though you're like 5 feet taller than me, you're still my little brother. So we're getting some thank you, Sandman. Love and miss you, Sandman, from Free. Good morning, Free. It's nice to see you. Do you still have Free's boots?
Honestly, I think so.
I think you do. Don't send them to him. I want to be able to tease him about those boots until at least for another couple of years. So whatever you do, don't send them to him. Okay?
No, I've got to still have them because I know nobody around here is going to be wearing them.
Every time what happened, you guys, is Free visited us for a Mush Fest, and he brought a brand new pair of boots, and I don't think he ever got a chance to wear them. And then I was gonna, okay, well, I'll send them to you, which I never did. And then every time I'd see Sandy, or I would give Sandy the boots to mail to him, and then Sandy would give me the boots back to mail to him. Sandy and I have had those boots going back and forth for 3 years now. And Free, I don't know, Free, I don't think you're getting your boots back anytime soon, bro. Oh. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to roll you out of here. I know, Free, it's been years. Like, we've been snagging those boots. And they're beautiful, like brand new construction work boots. Good stuff. Do you still have a Discord?
Yeah, the Discord's still going.
Okay.
I'll try to post an invite. I don't know. It got hit too last year. I got hit twice with it for being the owner and a member. So my invites are funky when I send them out. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and that's until the end of 2026. So
people want to raffle off Free's boots. Guys, leave Free alone. I'm the only I get to pick on him. Okay. Do that then, would you? Tell us what your IG page is right now.
I'd have to look, to be honest with you, Pops. I'm thinking it's Mountain Mush Lab 3.0 or MML 3.0. I'm pretty sure you'll find it under.
Wait a minute.
Laura's checking now for me because
Okay, I'll know because you're calling me on that channel right now, right? You're calling me on your IG.
It's Sandman MML.
Sandman MML. Okay.
That should be.
Okay. So Sandman MML, you guys go join that IG chat or page of his, and then you're going to, at some point in the near future, you'll post what your Discord channel is?
Yeah, I'll try to get that up this evening.
Okay, we've got some people that would be more interested in doing some off-channel Discord here. Herbie has just written it down right there. Thank you, Herbie. Herbie's so good at being a moderator. He's always on top of addresses and everything. He and Derek Anderson both. So great stuff. Sandy, you look good. You look fresh. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you back in your lab, and get that LC going. Let's start getting it out to the community again.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay, brother.
Love you, folks.
Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you having me.
Okay.
Stay Bob.
Yeah, Sandy and I have some history. I love the guy. Challenges, things go on, things happen in life. We don't talk about drama, we don't gossip, we don't mention anything other than positives. But he's gone through a little bit, and I love to see him climbing out and around and being back and being, a productive member of the community. Incredible. He's got a soul as big as he is. So, and those of you that have met him know that. Let me close today with Anthony Hunt. You wrote me a beautiful email. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Very motivating email. I appreciate that. Anthony Hunt, as a matter of fact, do me a favor. Sometime today, send me your address. I have something that I want to send you. Okay? Right, Hagues? It was good to see our friend again. Tomorrow, we'll take nominations and volunteers for next Wednesday's co-host. Okay? So, tomorrow, be thinking about who you guys want to see next Wednesday co-hosting here. And if you're feeling it strongly and you want it to be you, just reach out, raise your hand, and say so. Looks like Herbie. Herbie, I think it would be good to have you. Yeah, we're going to say it right now. Herbs, he's pretty darn good at it. He's co-hosted live here at Mushfest a few times, and along with Kim. And Herb is here all the time, and he's always doing work for our community in terms of looking out for us as a moderator and on the IG group. He always has interesting things to say. So we're going Herbie next week, and then we'll get more people. We haven't seen Herbs in a minute, and he's extremely qualified. So Herbie at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time next Wednesday. In the meantime, I would like to finish today. We got about 3 or 4 minutes left. Okay? He's going to have Tales from the Tent. That's cute. That's actually really cute. Lead with kindness. Love with gratitude. Gratitude and attitude are not challenges. They are choices. I like that one. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about who you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. I truly believe that. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. Gratitude turns what we already have into enough. I've got enough. When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. Gratitude sweetens even the smallest moments. Gratitude makes sense of our past. I like that. Sometimes it's like, what? I'm grateful for my past. Gratitude makes sense of our past. It brings peace for today, and it creates a vision for tomorrow. A couple more. Thanksgiving's coming up, right? And everybody has a grateful day. Wow, we got one day out of 365 where we profess gratitude. This quote's from Henry David Thoreau. I am grateful for what I am and have. My thanksgiving is perpetual. Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude. Gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Thankfulness may consist merely of words, but gratitude is shown in actions. Thankfulness is often just words. But if thankfulness and gratitude are the same, then gratitude is the action. Final thought. You guys know I like to talk about practicing. I love to talk about practice. The more you practice the art of thankfulness, the more you'll be thankful for. Wow. Joy. Joy is the simplest form of gratitude. When you're grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. The thankful receiver bears a plentiful harvest. Gratitude is riches. Complaint is poverty. When you practice or you focus on gratitude, positive things flow in more readily, making you even more grateful. Wear gratitude like a cloak, and it will feed every corner of your life. Good morning, Dutch. And then I'm going to end my gratitude talk this morning with, the more grateful I am, the more beauty I see. I'm grateful here. I'm grateful for these opportunities we have to get together. I mean it. I missed us yesterday big time. And I'm grateful for Verizon sending out a new modem. And I see beauty here. I see beauty in so many corners of my life where I was just zipping through my life at 100 miles an hour and not looking at the things that I have to be grateful for. I just wanted another new car. I wanted the next biggest, shiniest object. I don't anymore. I really don't. I honestly don't. I don't have to change a thing in my physical circumstances again. I'm filled with contentment. The only thing I want to grow more is more people watching Tea with Pops, because of the message I think we give here and that we share together through our comments and our kindness. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the good things that you say and do to me and to each other. Okay, 4 things. 4 things. Be impeccable with your word and your actions. Don't take things personal. It's never about you. We're just a little smudge. We should be just grateful to be here. The odds of us even being alive are 1 in quintillion, some quintillion, that we were even born, that I could get all the way to 67 years old without ending up in an institution or a hospital or an institution. It just, the things I've pulled and done in my life, grateful. Third, don't make assumptions. They're just going to kill you. An assumption or an expectation is literally the seed of resentment. I start resenting because I assumed something. Like I did a few weeks ago, I gave you guys a great example. And then today, and for today only, we're going to go back to what they taught us in any of your addiction courses. Just live one day at a time. Tomorrow's too big. It'll overwhelm me if I think about it. Today is what's important. Do your best today. Okay? Love you guys. A lot of people here this morning. It was beautiful. Thank you. Go ahead and say thanks to each other. And then I'm going to scroll us out. Joe D's and Mr. Marmars. Herbie Von Werby Kebab. Right? Without your past transgressions, you would have never found tea and your new family. You know what? This is a family because it's a choice. We were born into a blood family, and some of us don't even like them. There's one of my blood family members, I don't even like her. I know she doesn't like me. She made that really clear. She doesn't like any of us. Okay. But I get to choose who I call family. That's overwhelming. I get to choose. Herbie and Derek Anderson and Aaron and Anthony Hunt and HB and Summers Grateful and Frosty Rideshare. Doesn't know what you miss until it's gone. Herbie and Aaron and HB. Jesus Christ in Australia. Laura Young. Laura, I'm glad you were here this morning. Joe D's and Sandy, thank you for being here. Herbie and Derek and Cleany. Good morning, Cleanster. There is no tomorrow. That's true. There really is no tomorrow. It's every day is today. Headbuster and Joe D's and Jamie Ream. Good morning. Justin Robinson loves the crew. Cleany and Aaron and Streety. Streety, I love some streets. Cyber Jolie, you can tell she likes us. Trenty the Trenty Trenterson and Bullgum. We are T. I love that. Vaggie and Mr. Phillips and Laura's having a divine day. Anthony and Cleany and Calico, Meow Kitty. I love when I see that, man. Derek Anderson, Kim, International Kindness Ambassador. Mark and Dawn Z. We all come to terms with mortality when we have achieved some wisdom. That's good. Exception. I was glad to see you. Herbs and Sarah Bear giving her a hug. Haggy, I love my Hags. Guy's going to be my pal to the day I die. Jesus Christ and Nursey and Summer. Hags, I'm snapping back at you. We snap each other's jockstrap. There's a long story behind it. Laura and Sue Little and Joe D's and Calico and Dawn and Marky and Frosty Rideshare and Nick Charles. Jesus Christ and Joe D's. Streety, Mike Butterball. Laura Young one more time. Michael Shanti Patterson. He woke up in Rapid City. Pidgey Page. Pops. Peace. Love. Gratitude. See you guys tomorrow if the modem works. Thank you.